WREG News Channel 3 at 6.
We are staying on top of breaking news tonight. Several students are in the hospital after a possible gas leak at a Shelby County middle school. Thanks for joining us for the news at 6. I'm Stephanie Skurlock.
And I'm Greg Hurst. This all unfolding at Kate Bond Middle School in Northeast Memphis, and that's where WREG's Andrew Ellison joins us now with the very latest. What do you know, Andrew?
Greg, we know 4 students are currently in the hospital for suspected carbon monoxide poisoning. Another 18 students were checked out by first responders this afternoon, but according to the fire department, none of those students had to be taken to the hospital. Let me show you some video of the scene from earlier. The problem was discovered around 1 this afternoon after students in a second-floor classroom started getting sick, showing symptoms like dizziness and shortness of breath, symptoms consistent with carbon monoxide issues. Now, the school called 911. And when first responders got here, they determined the issue was a faulty heating unit for that classroom because when they tested it, they picked up levels of carbon monoxide, an odorless gas that can be deadly if you breathe it in too long. Now, at that point, students and teachers were evacuated and sent next door to Kate Bond Elementary while crews shut off that unit. And once the area was safe, students came back to the middle school. Now, Shelby County School says parents were notified and told to come get their children, but a number of parents we talked with say they were never notified and didn't find out until they showed up around the normal dismissal time. Here's one of those parents. Take a listen.
They didn't advise us anyway. We didn't get a call. Mom didn't get a call. Nobody got a call.
So you're just here like a normal day. You thought to pick up your student.
Yep, just coming to pick her up, and all of a sudden I saw the police officer and not letting us in, and all the fire department out there.
Now, investigators are still trying to figure out why that heating unit malfunctioned. Now, we asked how old the unit is and what the maintenance history of that unit is, but the school district hasn't answered those questions yet. Back out here live, we are trying to find out how those students in the hospital are doing, but the fire department hasn't given us any more information on that. Of course, as we know more, we'll let you know. For now, live in Northeast Memphis, Andrew Ellison, WREG News, Channel 3.
All right, hopefully they can figure it out soon. Thanks, Andrew. Another health alert tonight. The World Health Organization is declaring that the coronavirus outbreak is now a global emergency. The declaration comes after the number of infected people spiked more than tenfold in a week. Right now, we know of at least one possible case of the deadly virus somewhere in Arkansas. We talked with Governor Asa Hutchinson about precautions the state is taking.
We sent the test to the CDC to measure it to see if it is in fact the virus. We have not received that information back yet, and so it's not a confirmed case. It is one that we're watching, and we'll see where that leads.
So in Arkansas, they continue to wait. Earlier today, the CDC said a woman with the virus in the Chicago area transmitted the disease to her husband. Both are currently under quarantine in an Illinois hospital.
Now a crime alert. A Memphis man is behind bars after family members say he was trying to protect his wife from getting robbed. Victor Macias is charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault and unlawful possession of a firearm.
WREG's Quamitra Wilburn spoke with his daughter, who says her father was only doing what's best for his family.
The guy approached her with the hammer, pulled her hair, and pulled her to the back at the yard.
Chelsea Macias says around 4 o'clock Tuesday on the 3100 block of Jackson Avenue, her stepmother was robbed by a man as she was taking out the trash at one of her properties. But to Macias' surprise, it was her father, Victor Macias, who ended up in handcuffs.
Police was not telling me anything. They were saying that it wasn't under investigation.
Her mother told Memphis police a man came up to her from behind, forced her to the ground, and held a hammer to her head, demanding money. Police say she told the man she would get her husband and he would bring the money. Instead of money, Macias brought a gun.
He approached to her house, grabbed his gun, and shot at the dude.
Police reports say the suspect tried to get away, but that didn't stop Macias. Court documents show Macias jumped over a fence and shot at the man. Police say when Macias fired at the alleged suspect, he nearly hit someone else. When police found Macias, he was holding a woman at gunpoint, a woman he claims was also involved in the robbery. Macias' daughter says the woman was seen walking with the suspect and both had tried to steal from her family in the past.
They've already stole parts from our cars, and it's just ridiculous. They already tried breaking into the house.
Macias was arrested on 2 aggravated assault charges and not having a gun permit. His daughter says she believes her father meant no one any harm and was only protecting his property and his wife.
How about if something would have happened to my stepmother and he would have got away and he would have still went to jail because he had that gun. In Highland Heights, Quimitra Wilborn, WREG News Channel 3.
Now, the daughter says at this point no arrests have been made in connection with her mother's attempted robbery.
A Memphis man is being held on a $1 million bond for allegedly stealing over 1,000 pieces of mail. Police tracked down Shamari Johnson after his vehicle was possibly seen pulling up to a mailbox where a check had been stolen. Detectives searched Johnson's home and found over 1,000 stolen letters and over 100 counterfeit checks. Johnson was arrested and charged with several counts of identity theft as well as trafficking. WREG's Luke Jones is talking to one of Johnson's alleged victims. Hear from them tonight on the News at 10.
Caught on camera. This guy is accused of stealing $30,000 in cash from a gas station near downtown Memphis. This happened yesterday afternoon at the Shell on Main and A.W. Willis. Police tell us the man broke into a secured area of that business where he was able to fill up garbage bags with cartons of cigarettes and about 30 grand in cash. You're asked to contact Crime Stoppers if you recognize him.
That's a pretty good picture of him. Well, we have new information on a story we brought you earlier this week at 6. A woman who had reportedly been missing since 2017 has returned home. Police in Walnut, Mississippi tell us Candace Gibson has been located and is safe. Investigators say Gibson had been traveling around and possibly did not want to be found. And Jim is here with a look at weather.
Well, we're seeing some fog and some lower ceilings of the cloud cover that we've got. We've got a picture here from our historic Cotton Exchange building, and you can see the Big River crossing reflected in the cloud cover. We can take a look at the different angle of that. This is River Cam 3. There's the Big River crossing. There's the reflection off the ceiling or the bottom of the clouds. Plenty of clouds on the satellite map. Storm Tracker 3S, even a little bit of light rainfall activity that's moving off to the northeast. Now, we'll see some more light rainfall activity in the forecast, but it's going to be a cold rain. Chilly right now, 43 degrees here at News Channel 3, 44 our high and 38 our low. We're going to expect cloudy skies tonight and tomorrow. Temperatures holding in the 40s for the most part overnight tonight and very calm winds. We'll see when we finally see some sunshine in the forecast coming up. Stephanie?
Oh, and we'll see you in a few minutes. A new at 6, miles of new trails soon coming to the Mid-South. A major announcement today in Phillips County is expected to have a big impact on recreational tourism in eastern Arkansas.
And this is exciting. That project will create hundreds of new jobs, which is welcome news for people in the Arkansas Delta.
The Delta Heritage Trail could garner $7.7 million in economic and tourism benefits per year.
Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson telling an enthusiastic crowd in Phillips County about plans to complete the 84-mile Delta Heritage Trail, a 5-year project that promises to give eastern Arkansas a much-needed boost.
And as those numbers increase, it will benefit the economies of the communities in which the trail is located.
The trail begins just to the north up here.
As many as 600 jobs could be created as a result of construction. More trail staff and businesses sure to spring up as a result of what the trail will offer. New jobs are exciting in one of Arkansas's poorest areas.
The jobs that support the people who come and stay in your communities, whether those jobs are in restaurants, whether it's a job in maybe a bed and breakfast or hotel or Airbnb, whatever.
Completing the trail will be made possible by a $20 million matching grant from the Walton Family Foundation.
Because it's an opportunity to think unconventionally about what can spur economic activity.
Construction will connect 24 miles of trail on the south to 20 miles on the north, with a finished project winding through Arkansas's culturally rich delta.
And without that connection, the trail will never work. So you have to make that connection to make the trail work, to make it a national attraction.
Looks like it should be really nice. Now we're told the project will create a $40 million investment in the Arkansas Delta.
Hopefully it'll go through my hometown. I'm from the Arkansas Delta.
Yeah, we can only hope.
Yeah. Well, coming up next in our Hidden History series, a journey that has changed football forever started with one remarkable player.
You'll see how he endured brutal, racist attacks on the field in order to secure protection for generations of future athletes.
Many of us are affected by cancer one way or another, but what if you could make a cancer patient's life just that much easier? And it's free, and all it takes is just a little bit of time inside of your own car. I'm WREG, and I'm working on a bright spot for you tomorrow about an organization that could use your help. That's all tomorrow night at 6.